Hi, this is a recorded lecture for the IB DP Design Technology, topic C1.1, Responsibility of the Designer, and this is Design in Context. From the IB, a designer has a responsibility to the needs of their clients, their community, and the environment when designing and creating products. Students must outline how design decisions have resulted in products that have had significant positive or negative impacts on a community or on the environment's sustainability. So let's look at that word sustainability. So sustainability in the context of design seeks to eliminate negative impacts on the environment, health, and well-being of users. When we talk about sustainability, we should always be thinking about triple bottom line sustainability. And triple bottom line is the expanded spectrum of values and criteria for measuring organizational success. So this is economic, which is the profit, environmental, which is the planet, and social, which is people. So it's the 3 Ps. And when we think about triple bottom line, we want something that is good for the environment, so it is not damaging to the environment. We also want it to be good for the people who use the product and produce the product. And we also want it to be economically successful, because essentially if you don't have an economically successful product, you won't be in business much longer. So we have to balance these 3 ideas of people, profit, and planet. It's the designer's responsibility to ensure their products are safe to use, and students must be able to discuss how standards can help designers ensure the well-being, safety, and health of the users when using their products. So what we want to be able to do is we want products that we produce, they should follow the highest possible safety standards. Students should consult safety standards for all of their products. So if we're talking about safety standards, probably the best one is the EU safety standards. So for instance, these are the EU toy safety standards, and they're about the highest level in the world. So essentially, if you can sell your product in the EU, then you are able to sell it essentially anywhere. In the slideshow, I've put a link to this particular website where you can get those safety standards for instance, toys. Products can become obsolete due to a number of factors, and this can be planned. Students must be able to discuss how obsolescence, including planned, social, style, functional, and technological, affects triple bottom line and identify products that have been impacted. So let's talk about planned obsolescence. So this is a product becomes outdated as a conscious act, either to ensure a continuing market or to ensure the safety factors and new technologies can be incorporated into later versions of the product. So for instance, of course, this can be argued, but the idea that Apple will actually plan out their obsolescence. So the operating systems that are being pushed out every year do not work on certain earlier models. So if you have an iPhone 4S, you are probably not able to run, say, an iPhone 6 on there, or maybe you can, but definitely not the operating system that you would find on, say, an iPhone 17, whatever they're at right now. So that would be planned obsolescence, because essentially you're consciously bricking or making it so that that product can't be used so that you can continue to sell new phones within the market. But we also might look at safety factors. So things like shelf life is a safety factor. Certain foods really should become obsolete after a little while because they can go bad, and that can be harmful for people's health. And that might also go for certain products. I know sometimes we look at expiry dates on certain products and go, why? But that might also be because they can become obsolete, or we're trying to incorporate new technologies into them. So shelf life is this idea of safety or incorporating new technologies in later versions of a product. Social obsolescence is known as economic obsolescence, and this occurs when there's a decrease in value of a product because of external factors. We shouldn't think of this as style, because we'll actually get to style obsolescence, but I'm looking here at ivory bangles, and socially these are becoming very unacceptable. You should not be wearing ivory because ivory is unconscionable. We don't have a lot of elephants. We shouldn't be hunting elephants for their ivory. It's cruel. We recognize that in modern times as being something that is just not acceptable. So that's social obsolescence. It's an external factor that's saying, hey, you shouldn't do this anymore. And so products like this are hopefully becoming obsolete. We might think of also things like rhino horn as being something that should also become obsolete. So speaking of style obsolescence, this is fashion and trends that change over time, which can result in a product no longer being desirable. However, as evidenced in the concept of retro styling and the cyclical nature of fashion, products can become desirable again. So if we look at things like fashion and jeans over time, you can see that things come in and out and in and out. And what was stylish in the past is no longer stylish. I know that like in 2015 you wanted high-waisted skinny jeans, but now nobody would dare wear those. Functional obsolescence. Over time, products can wear out and break down. If parts are no longer available, the product can no longer work in the way that it originally did. Also, if a service vital to its functioning is no longer available, it can become obsolete. So for instance, if we talk about something like this record player, if you can no longer get the needles for this record player, even though it might work, it's essentially functionally obsolete. Let's say that the world moves completely away from petrol-powered cars and towards electric powered cars, and all the gas stations and petrol stations are torn out, and that would make gas powered cars functionally obsolete. Technological obsolescence is when a new technology supersedes an existing technology. The existing technology quickly falls out of use and is no longer incorporated into new products. Consumers instead opt for newer, more efficient technology in their products. And you can look at the evolution of phones as a good example of this. This is a great video. You should watch this video about the evolution of phones. It's a perfect example of technological obsolescence. Thank you for watching.